Hi everyone, my name is Rebecca Noel. I just want to talk about a series of events that we are facing that will be taking place as we prepare for the coming of the Lord. Our Lord Jesus Christ is coming, and events are taking place now that show that He's coming. It's just by the corner. Whether we like it or not, we are living at the end of the age and we are facing the coming of the Lord. And things are happening, things are taking place that just show that the Lord is coming. Some of you might have seen a video that was sent by one lady, and she showed a document by a company called PayBright that they were working on coronavirus in 2018, November 2018. To my surprise, November 2018 is when I had a dream and the Lord showed me the Antichrist that he had arrived. And I saw the soldier of the Antichrist, and I've got the videos about that dream on YouTube. And that was in November 2018. They said that's when I had that dream, the Lord knew that the Antichrist had arrived. The Lord knew that they were working on what would cause people to have a chip at the end. Because what will cause people to have a chip at the end is the Antichrist. Because it's against Christians. We are not supposed to have a chip. So they started working on it in 2018. They were working on coronavirus, but because of coronavirus, people will need to have vaccine and they will need to have the chip. That is against us. Christians, we should not accept the chip. So I just want to talk about the times that we are facing now, the series of events that will happen. We've got now maybe up to the end of the year or maybe up to early next year when they'll be working on the chip in countries where it's not there yet. And then because they are working on the vaccine. When they finish working on the vaccine, then they will force it on people. So we have a very short time at the moment. We have a very limited time at the moment to do what we're supposed to be doing, to be serving the Lord while they are working on the vaccine. Once they finish working on the vaccine and they start to force it on people, then the chip will be enforced on us, on people. But we have to say no. I'm just here to let people know what's about to happen, what's about to take place, so that when it happens, people know. So people are prepared. Because most of us, we don't know. Most of the Christians, we don't know. We are thinking it's going to be, I don't know. But it's not going to be like that. It's going to be the chip being forced on people. But Christians, we've got to say no to the chip. No matter what they say, no matter what we come across, we've got to say no to the chip. The Bible, we are facing what the Lord said in Matthew 24 verses 9. He said, then you will be arrested, persecuted and killed. You will be hated all over the world because you are my followers. And so we are facing Matthew 24 verses 9. When the chip is introduced, when they finish working on the vaccine, they will now introduce the chip and they'll force it on people. And Christians will be saying no. And then those that say no and refuse, they'll be arrested. In one country, in one European, it's already in force, even though they are still working on the chip, but the law is already in force that says the people will be forced to take the vaccination, even when the vaccination is not yet available. But they are already saying they will be forcing people. It was already enforced in March 2020. So this is what we are facing. No matter how they will enforce it, we have got to say no to the chip, because we cannot enter heaven with the chip. The chip is the mark of the beast. Don't think that the mark of the beast will come, that is 666. The mark of the beast is the chip, according to what the Lord showed John in Revelation 13. That which Josh saw in Revelation 13 is about to happen. In Revelation 13 from verses 1 to 11 has already happened by the coming of coronavirus. From when they finish working on the vaccine, when they start enforcing the vaccine on people, then they will be fulfilling Revelation 13 verses 12. The vaccine will be enforcing what the beast will have brought. What coronavirus will have brought. So we've got to live knowing that this is what we are facing. This is the time that we are living in. It is the end of the age, but we've got to hold on to the Lord. We've got to keep on praying, and we've got to say no to the chip. The Bible also, our Lord Jesus Christ went on to tell us in Matthew 24 verses 10, and he said, and many will turn away from me and betray and hate each other. We should not turn away from the Lord. We should not betray each other. We should not hate each other. We are all Christians. We should love each other. We should not fight against each other. We should not be the ones going to the police to report other Christians that there's a Christian here without a sheep, or there's a Christian here with. We should not be doing that. We should not be the ones that go out to the government to report other Christians. We should not be the ones that fight against other Christians. Maybe you come across a difficult situation and you accept the chip on your own, but then you want others to face it. You want others to be enforced to have the chip, and you are a Christian. We should not be fighting against each other. We should not be betraying each other. We know a time like that is coming, but we've got to be prepared. No matter what you face, just face it on your own. Don't fight against others. Don't betray others. Don't reject the Lord. Hold on to the Lord. Then the Bible goes on to say in Matthew 24 verses 13, but the one who endures to the end will be saved. So we've got to hold on to the Lord and up to the end, no matter what they say. If they say they will arrest you, if they say they will go take you to prison, it doesn't matter. We have got to hold on to the Lord until the end, according to the word, Matthew 24:13. So this is what we need to know. We need to know the time we are living in. We are living at the end of the age, and the chip is here. The chip is they are already finalizing, working on the chip. So we have got to know that the chip is here. But when they force it on people, we've got to say, no, this is what we are facing. We will not be able to buy, we will not be able to sell, we will not be able to go to travel, but it doesn't matter. Don't worry that you can't buy, don't worry that you can't sell. God will provide. He will meet you at the point of your need. This is the time where we'll be having a situation where a bottle of oil that used to last 1 week will last 5 years. Why? Because God will cause it to last and last. It happened during the time of Elijah with that widow, when the bottle of oil lasted more than was expected, and the flour that she had lasted more than expected. That same time is coming. If you hold on to the Lord and say no to the cheap, don't worry about what you eat. He will provide for you what you eat. Maybe you have a garden, a small garden at your house. If you plant a few plants, a few vegetables, those vegetables will sustain you. You eat them in the morning and you eat them in the evening, and they will sustain you until the end. Where a plant of vegetable was supposed to sustain people for 1 month, it will sustain you for 5 years. Why? Because we are living at the end of the age, and God will be providing for you. Our own duty is to say no to the mark of the beast. Our own duty is to say no to the sheep, and God will do his part to provide for us. Don't worry about traveling. Time to decide is now whether you want to be where you want to be. Which country will you be when it happens, when they start enforcing the chip? Where would you want to be? Go to that place where you want to be now. If you want to build up things and finish up things, finalize now before they start forcing the chip, so that when they start forcing the chip, you just stay in one country and you'll be there. There'll be no need for you to travel, so that it will not be like too late. If I had known, I could have gone to this country. If I had known, I could have done this and this beforehand. Time to decide is now. Do whatever you need to do now. Travel wherever I want to travel now, so that when they put the ban on people without the chip and they say people without the chip cannot travel, you not need to travel. You'll be in one country and you'll be settled in that country, and you say, I'll be here in this country forever until the Lord comes. Because after all this tribulation, after all this forcing the chip on people, after all these people without chip cannot buy, cannot sell, cannot travel, then the Lord will appear. The Bible says in Matthew 24:27, for as the lightning flashes in the east and shines in the west, so it will be when the Son of Man comes. So after we've gone through all this tribulation, after they've fought the chip on us and we say no, and after they've said you cannot buy, you cannot sell, you cannot travel, and we do not buy, we do not travel, we don't sell, then our Lord Jesus Christ will appear. And those that will have succeeded to saying no to the chip of the devil, they will see him appear, and they will go with him. They'll be translated and go with him and meet with him in the sky and go with him to heaven. But those that say yes to the chip of the devil, they'll not be able to go with him. So we've got to hold on to the Lord. We've got to say no to the chip of the devil and refuse. If they say you don't buy, you don't sell, we say yes, we will not buy, we will not sell, knowing that our God will provide for us. He is able to meet us at the point of our needs. You provide for us in ways that you can never understand, but don't take it as an opportunity that you said no to the chip and then you commit other sins. Maybe you drink alcohol, maybe you go stealing, you go lying, backbiting. You say because you rejected the mark of the beast, you said no to the chip, so you commit all the other sins thinking that because you said no to the chip, then you go. No, you say no to the chip and then you don't commit all those other sins. Just continue to be righteous and then you will go with the Lord. If you say no to the chip and you you commit other sins simply because he said no to the sheep, you will not be able to go with him. And the Bible says, although only those that will be righteous during the time that is coming, and they will be righteous, and they will say no to the sheep, and then they will be able to go with the Lord when he comes. Rabbi goes, it is time to live knowing what we are facing. It is time to live knowing that the Lord is coming. It is time to live knowing that we have got to say no to the chip of the devil that is now about to be introduced either late this year or next year. But before it comes, make up your mind to say no to the chip of the devil. Make up your mind to say you will not be traveling, you will not be going anywhere, you will not be buying and selling. God will provide for you, will meet you at the point of your need, and he will show up in ways that you can never understand. God bless you so much for watching this, and pass it on so others know, because many Christians don't know. But it is time for us to know and prepare and live knowing that the Lord is coming. God bless you.